Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BLT 11 podcast. I am joined once again by my own co host.
Poker 2004. And did you even introduce yourself? Not that
No,
I think it's
yes,
needed, but
yes,
still.
yes. Hi, I'm Mikoy, the Phoenix Wright of Tours Room. I'm joined by my Miles Edgeworth, Tokyo 2004.
Uh,
She got into Ace Attorney
I
just
don't know how to
recently.
feel about.
She got into Ace
I
Attorney
don't.
just
Yeah, and
recently,
I
so
don't
I
know how to
know.
feel about what you just called me. I feel like that's a slur.
You are an edge lord and you're Edgeworth.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, last time we did the draft,
I'm
I
not.
apologize because the stream actually was lagging. We had a lot of lag issues um, that happened during the draft, so we couldn't show you the full draft. But a fairy, aka Lady Salamence, actually posted the full video version of the draft, so you could go check out there. It just has no commentary, which a fairy, please, like next time, can you maybe add some commentary, or maybe I can join in.
No, they just recorded the draft. That's all it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the commentary version is lost. The original footage got cut and then immediately got taken down. So I can't restore it even so I can't even upload it even if I wanted to. But rest assured, we made some interesting reactions and we were screaming a lot during the draft. Now, you may have noticed that I have another tab pulled up. Because guess what? We aren't doing the week one predictions just yet. What we're gonna do first is power rankings. That's right. Y'all have never.
Power
Yeah, that's
rankings.
right. Y'all have never made a power ranking in the commencement thread. So what? Who better to ignite the fury and the wrath and the rage of Tour's room better than your boy? Who better to cause controversy? Am I right? And ranking these teams is gonna be a bit tougher because
Temp actually did a ranking, but he never
yeah,
Temp actually did a ranking, but he never published it.
yeah, he never published it, but we do have we do know his rankings. He posted it at another Discord server, and he's posted his, and ours is gonna be somewhat similar, somewhat different. Who knows? We'll just state our opinions as we go along. Okay. Okay. So let's start off with the power rankings because we have stuff to say. First of all, good job, everyone. You all made a half decent draft. All everyone at least drafted at least one
Half
good.
decent.
Everyone at least drafted at least one, two, maybe three good players, and then the rest are kind of good to great to average to flat out subworthy. So everyone did at least a good job, and there are some teams that are just better than others. So in our eyes, here is our power rankings. Again, noteworthy. We're gonna cause a lot of controversy here, so a lot of people are gonna be
It's in
really.
his eyes, not mine. I don't really have
We're
a
gonna cause
strong
a lot of.
opinion on these.
We're gonna cause a lot of. We're gonna cause a lot of people being angry at us. So I'm ready to take the blame. So give us your thoughts in the comments below and create your own tier list. I'll even put the tier list down in the description below if you want. But it has to have reasoning. I can't accept a tier. I can't accept a power ranking without reason. There needs to be thought and logic into your things. Even though some of them are quite memey, and I appreciate that. Anyway, first of all, we got the Snowbell Stuffers, headed by Arse9, the Franklin, and Plus. So, their team, as I'm showing you right here, is actually quite good. Good. They've had a pretty quiet draft this year. Don't you notice during the draft? Like they weren't bidding on many players and just fought for who they actively fought for. And the few times that they are active, they were really active. So, looking at their teams and what prices they got, oh my god.
I don't really know what you mean.
Well, I'm just case by case basis on what happened during the draft. So the Stuffles were,
Oh, okay.
yeah, the Stuffles had a pretty great draft, I would say. You got FC, which is the star player with 24,500, a great Uber's pickup. The Franklin, who's self-buyed and with 20,000 on himself. I would hedge that bet on that. And then Akar Kokyo and TDNT rounding up the ones with 5 digits. So a very, very strong lineup here. Very, very, very cool doubles player, and then a very nice OU player to round things up. And then as we go towards the bottom, you can see some potential highlights, some familiar faces to a lot of people. For example, like Udon Girl, who's been very impressed, who's had an impressive run over the years. Tenebrasite, who I'm very very fond of, and a lot of real up and comers as well. For example, we didn't know Yone was actually a previous alt of someone, and it was after the draft that they were revealed. After actually they played their first game, which they revealed their name, their alt,
It's Herv.
Hervalt. It's Herv, guys. And then of course you got Slip, who's going to be a good UU asset, I think. Then there's Career Ended, who's going to be great OU
Uh,
sub. And then
we
there's
sure about Slip?
I say. I say good UU sub, but then I remembered. Oh yeah, Udon Girl's there. Um, Then there's Career Ended, there's Ming, and then
Yeah, especially when we know that Slip went very negative last year.
yeah. Well, he's gonna do great support for Udon Girl. I would say in UU. Anyway, I think the Stuffles have a pretty good lineup. They're very very well rounded. They have pretty much locked in slots for most of the tiers, and I think they're gonna be a playoff shoe in. What about you?
I don't know.
Wow, Pokeart with no opinion. Okay, fine. I'll place my ranking as the Stuffle.
I yeah.
Well, for me, I'm gonna cover for Pokeart here. For me, I'm gonna rank Stuffles as somewhere along the lines of third and fourth best team, probably around fourth or third, whichever you prefer. Personally, I think the fourth's fine. I do generally think that it's going to be a shoe in for the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to pass beyond semifinals that hard. If they can get their lower ranked players, their weaker slots to be good, then they're going to have to really push through and have great team support on that. But they got to focus on their strengths because their strengths, oh, they could be a great asset when it comes to BLT. Woo!
We're still talking about the Stuffles, right?
Yes, the Stuffles. Oh yeah,
It bothers me that they have two UU mains when we don't have any.
You're robbed of your UU main. Also, I forgot to mention playing
No,
management.
I'm pretty sure my managers rob themselves of UU mains.
You could talk to them if you want to, Pokeyard. Um, Also, the Stuffles have a added benefit of having a playing manager play, and who better to represent the playing manager rather than Arsenine? So,
20k Arsenine is not a bad price.
especially because it's a self buy. So I would say top of
Hmm.
the line cut for Stuffles, third or fourth place. Next up is the Lavender Lapises, your former team in BLT Poker. You're very familiar.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago now.
Yeah, formerly the ZAM, the Alakazam Slammers. Was that was that the actual city name? The actual team name? Wasn't
Uh, no,
wasn't it
it
the
wasn't.
Azalea? Wasn't it the Azalea City Alakazams or something?
Take out the city part, and yes.
Azalea Alakazams. So the Zam Slammers, now we caught the now from Zam slamming to Lapras slamming. The Laprases,
Why do you
they
keep bringing up the Zams like they were the last team of MJ's that I was on?
yes. Well, where? Oh no, that's right. You were a former Zam. Now you're not a Lapras. You were you were not a Lapras. You were a Zam. Anyway.
Huh? I was a Lapras 2 years ago.
Oh, brother. What?
I was a Zam like 5 years ago. What timeline are you living in?
To answer that, we need to talk about parallel universes. Anyway, dead memes aside, look at the Zams. Look at their draft. My God.
These
Thiago,
are not the Zams!
look at the Laprases. Look at their draft. Isn't that just a beautiful draft that they got?
Yeah, it's got El Cap and Poed on it.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
Yes, the OTP, if you will. Um.
Okay.
So aside from that familiar pairing, Thiago Nunes for 31K, the biggest price in the draft, 31K. They were actively getting Thiago Nunes on the draft, and my God, when it reached 30K, we were screaming, and then they stopped to 31K, and I'm like, that's fair, S tier player, and they're gonna get some real mileage for getting Thiago Nunes.
Even if it's an S tier player, I feel like that's overpriced. Is
You think it's
anyone worth
overpriced?
that?
We've had higher, I think. I think we've had a
Yes,
32
we
buy. I
have.
think we got a 32K buy a couple.
I'm pretty sure it's gone up to 36 before.
Oh yeah, I think Ham went for that price in BLT six,
I'm not
5,
I'm not sure if that oh, well,
or
if
7.
that's the uh I was thinking of Michael Their Best.
Oh yeah. Well, wasn't that TPP or was this here?
Oh, I feel like Michael Their Best did a BLT
They did. Yes, they did a
a
couple of
couple
years.
years ago.
They did a couple of years of BLTS, but I don't remember them going as high as Thiago Nunes is.
No, I'm pretty sure he did.
I
And
don't know.
besides, I
I'll
know
recheck this.
SMB either last year or the year before went for 32K.
Ah, that's right. So Thiago Nunes, just a little bit, 1,000 short of his brethren, SMB, 20K. But still, goated price for such a great player. So is SMB, 20K, which is an absolute steal. Ziri, of course, self-buying to be a 20K draft pick. The other playing manager, if you say so. Stareel, very underpriced, 9.5K.
Uh, for recent activity, I don't know. Is it underpriced?
Or maybe in recent activity is more fair. But back then, 9.5K Star Rail would have been a war crime.
Notice how we keep saying back then.
We do remember. Because the Lavender Lapresses are the old head team as coined by the Chores community. And yes, this is the old head team because you got Steriel, you got Sasha, aka for 7K, another Tours reg, uh, another veteran in these sorts of team tours. Rafna, a player we're very familiar with, especially in TPP. Swineup Fan, aka Team Charm, 6K. Temp, great builder, great support. Nelcap, skipping those. We got Terracotta, great Uber's pick, and then the rest are
That's an
potential.
old one.
Yeah, and then we got the Novax, Big Tony, and Polo Ostro rounding off the subs. Lapras are gonna go high.
And yet, isn't Polo actually starting in week 1?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So I'm very interested in see how we'll do. I mean, this is a 1 and 2 Laprasis, right? Like, there's no argument there.
What?
A 1 or 2 in terms of the rankings, Pokeart, and the power rankings.
Uh, I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, this is a 1 or 2. I don't think anything below 3 is a disservice because they've got some top of the line players. Maybe I'll put them at 2 for now, and then we'll decide later as we get to another particular team that is on here. Next up, we have the Lore Society, spearheaded by Balor and Taka. And look at the names here. They've gotten a pretty interesting draft. They've got the Danny, which is a great lowest tier main, getting him for the big price of 21.5k. They got Luisin, aka Railgun, for 20k. Great doubles player. Hopefully, also starting in this week 1 should benefit him as well. Ice Master, great Ubers player, 17k. In his, I believe, first BLT, isn't it?
Um, I have no idea.
Unless he competed in the previous years, then this would be his first BLT. At least this is the first BLT I've seen Ice Master play, which I'm very excited for. Maybe we could get that absolute.
Yes, but you have to remember Ice Master has been on PS longer than you
Yes,
by a
yes.
few years, I
I
think.
am very aware of that. When are we bringing the absolute posters to BLT? Well, Floor's there, so maybe. As a maybe. Quinn, 14.5k, definitely interesting. Traba for 13.5k. Tier for 9k or 9.5. Then we got Eternal Ocean, who's starting in PU. Ampha, who's starting in RU. Enzo Nana, who's starting in OU. Then we got Rillo BR, Cificon, TMM, and yeah, V2. Cificon and TMM, 3k buys. One, because they're very late picks in the draft, and two, these are just two good friends of mine. And welcome to the Lore Society. So I would say the Lore Society is a pretty good team. Could have a shot at making playoffs if they stay consistent throughout the tour and if they have their tiers locked down and hopefully some of the players do need to adapt into metas they haven't really stepped foot in before. For example, a doubles main and Zanana stepping into OU. For
I'm pretty sure that's not a new tier to him.
That's not a new tier to him. Okay, then I would like to see just as good play as he does in doubles, which will be very interesting. I'm
If he was new to it, I don't think they'd be starting him right off the bat.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a huge test to him, especially who they're facing round 1 in week 1. I mean, so regards to the others, they're fine. They're all decent picks. Danny, Railgun, Ice Master, Trogba are the ones to look out for. If they do manage to harp on their strongest tiers and act upon with their weaker slots and do well in their weaker slots, I think they'll do well. I think they'll barely miss top cut though, in my opinion. So I'm gonna rank them 5th. Oh, they'll make
Okay.
it. Oh, they'll make it if they try. They'll make it to these top cut if they're absolutely can try. But I'm gonna rank them 5th for now because that's like a good
It
threshold to have.
bothers me that they also have two, possibly even three UU mains.
They're hoarding all the UU mains, Pokeart. At this point, you should play UU.
No, I should not.
Next up, another old head team. One who's been very successful over the years. Two-time BLT champions, the Sunny Shore Snorlaxes. With how many players? 16 players. It's not even the largest, but look at the names they chose.
I know.
They got Hacker, with 17k, Mimikyu Stardust for 15k, Mada for 14k, Crying for 10.5k. Wow. I know we
Yeah, that was a steal.
Crying in A tier, but god damn, man. And then we got Genius from Hoenn, 9K. Ferenia, 9K. Trade, 9K. Skier Dude, Druid, Ineffable. Great options there. Already a pretty all-star lineup here. Lechin, Arcanine, good subs. Black Knight Gawain, LC support, the LC player. Cheese, mm, it's a cheesy man. Layson, Uber's player, Mimi Lucha, a late game pick that absolutely changed the landscape. So a lot of people have the Laxes on pretty highly. I mean, Temp said so himself with having saying that, and quote, some very strong starting slots, a lot of great value buys. I agree. These are all freaking great prices.
Yeah, their prices are pretty low compared to other teams.
Um, he quote again. They have a couple of weaknesses. Starting power falls off fast in multiple slots. Hard to form a lineup. Plus, have reasonable support. I think they're gonna be fine in the support. I mean, doubles. They have ESM, one of the rising and top of the line SV doubles players that we're gonna have. Um, And OU is going to be fine, I think. UU is going to be fine, especially with Mimi Lucha around here. Crying for Enya might pilot OU. Genius from Hoenn is going to pilot Ubers. Hacker Gawain can share LC. Ineffable can do doubles. Druid can do uh, Druid, Skier Dude, Trade. They can all share.
Wait, why would Ineffable do doubles?
Oh, sorry. What does he do? Well, they can do doubles, right?
Mikoi, look who they have in the 3K section.
Ah, never mind. Jeez. Hi. I want Atago to not sit on anyone, please. Anyway, Laxes. They have got a pretty strong case as well for making into. Although, admittedly, in terms of this year's pool, in terms of against other teams in lineup, I can't really see them going that far. Is that a controversial take?
I think it is.
I mean, they've got great starting lineups, but man, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard ranking them right now against other teams. Well, against other. In past years, it was not hard to see why Laxus would be number one, but for now, I think I'm gonna place the Laxus. You know what? No, I'm gonna place Lapras as number one, Stuffles number three, and probably Laxus number four.
Ah.
I mean, again, this is gonna be a little bit heated, especially where I place the Lactus now, especially the names I mentioned. Blah, ding, 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 ding. And yeah, this might be a controversial pick, but I think Galactus are gonna be bottom of the line as well. Bottom of the line. They still make top cut, but only barely making top cut.
So are they bottom of the line or top cut? Pick one.
Fourth, aka in short, fourth.
Okay.
Next up, the Primal Power Pangoros, last year's runner up, headed by Jordy and PCD. I almost forgot PCD. Look at the names. All right, these are some interesting names, of course. We got Fishinama, Anna, frick. I always have a hard time pronouncing it in the draft, and I'm having a hard time pronouncing it here. Anemometer.
Anemometer, yes.
Thank you. ASIC, great mono player, 15.5k, not freaking great price. Fiend, one of the best RU players, getting only 15k, which is a steal, IMO. Jawadabat getting 13k. Suzuya or Inder getting 11k. Ainscrad getting 9.5k. Shengineer being 8k. Drizzle, Penter, Greedy, Velvet, Keshba, Genesu, Kinu, and Beleth. So I think they'll do well. They have a lot of slots that could fill out multiple of the lower metas, but the higher metas, I think they're gonna have a little bit more of a problem. There, because there's not really that much standout players. Yeah, there's Azek, yeah, there's Fiend, there's Fish and Anometer, but if they don't do well, then the rest of the team is gonna suffer. I think because it all just depends on some of the top of the line, their top of the line players. They're really big, expensive draft picks. If they don't utilize them well, then and if the rest aren't able to pick it back up, then they're gonna have to struggle hard. So I see this more of a bottom tier. Unfortunately, I don't think it's as strong as last year for the Pangoros. I don't see them making playoffs. So I'm gonna put them at sixth or seventh. Probably seventh, to be honest.
Yeah, this does strike me as kind of a not super strong team because well, there are obviously good names in here that may do well, could do well, maybe not, but yeah, there are also quite a few players that I don't think will do very well or have
Yeah,
much impact.
the tier also their tier selection is going to have to be a little bit more of a mixed bag than some of the because some teams already have locked in slots. Like I know who am I going to pick, who I know who which player I'm going to slot in for this tier. For this one, yes, you have some locked ins, but it's not as strong as like some other teams, like say the Lapses or the Laprises or the Stuffles. So yeah, unfortunately,
Actually, looking at their week 1 lineup, it's pretty strong.
it is pretty
It's pretty
strong.
strong
Yeah,
looking.
and yeah, I credit to them for making the most out of it and actually creating a strong week one lineup that can absolutely threaten if given the chance. And if their week goes well here, then they're gonna have a smooth sailing going forward. Just all depends on the power of the lineups. All right, next up we have the Phantom Shroud, and I'm never gonna not pronounce it correct way. I know it's called Phantom Troop, but man, fragments, please. Like since you spelled it differently, I can't unsay it. I'm not gonna say the correct way.
Huh? That's how it's spelled.
I know it's Trout, but it's apparently Troop.
That's
Um,
just how it's spelled, though.
fine, fine, fine. Anyway, Aragon being their top of the line pick at 24.5k, very good price for their great doubles player. Stories, 18k, sharing the line with Just Franco, only 18k. Both steals, IMO.
I don't know if 18k is a steal for stories, but that's fine for Franco.
That's fine. Fair enough, fair enough. 7992 being 11k. I mean, it's interesting that they both got circuit champions as well. I think they both have the two circuit champions here. Either that or I'm waffling. Let me know. Hopefully, I'm not waffling by that statement. I literally just researched them like days ago. Starzama, Batsy, 3D, Riche. My naming is hard. Drip Legend, Royal Reloaded, Geov, Lost Memories, JoJo, and Alpha 1013. I think this team can do well. This seems a little too top heavy, IMO. Like, yes, 7992, great at Ubers. Yes, Aragon, great at doubles. 3D, good at OU. Rashay, good at UU. Botsy as well, good at OU. High naming is hard, good at RU. Geov, LC, Royal Reloaded, Monotype. Um, it is a very well-rounded team, I would say. At least with this team, they have their slots more filled in than say the Pangoros, which they're gonna which has a little bit of scramble at face value. But for here, I can definitely see I can imagine a more stronger lineup here than what the previous team was. But in terms of the pool, I think I just see a lot of teams better, more consistent. And also, there's not a lot of standouts. Well, there are a couple of standouts, but they're gonna have to really pull some great records if they want to keep at it and they want to make top cut in playoffs. So where do
Just
I?
Franco isn't a standout?
It,
Aragon's not a
I
standout?
I said I mentioned there being a couple of standouts.
Stories isn't a standout?
Yes, I said there are a couple of standouts. Did you not hear me?
At first you said there aren't any standouts,
Well,
just saying.
I was looking at Temp's quotes while I was reading them, but yeah. Um, I do see a couple of standouts, but they're gonna have to really push hard, and their lower tiers, they have to really make do with the lower tiers because against the majority of the rest of the pool, they might struggle. These are the team that I'm most scared of struggling.
How are they going to struggle in lower tiers when they have Stories, Franco, and okay, they could struggle in PU.
Yeah, PU. Well,
But
I was looking
that's
at PU.
pretty much the only lower tier slot they'll struggle in, no?
I was looking at PU. I was looking at LC. I was looking at even monotype.
Okay, we'll specify
Oh,
that and don't just say lower tiers, because their lower tiers actually look strong.
well, point is, some tiers they do well in, some tiers they aren't. And I could see, and to be honest, I could see a lot more negative records in terms of the most tiers I can see them going negative than tiers they're actually good at. So I'm gonna say 6 for the Phantom Trout. But if they impress me a lot, then they'll be a step. I know this is too low for say a semifinalist from last year, but I ranked them over the top. I ranked them over freaking the Pangoras who were runner-ups last year. So hopefully they'll impress.
Last year has nothing to do with anything because
Hopefully they'll
these
impress
are
this year.
different teams.
I mean, different teams. They're
Last year
they're same
should
team.
not last year should not be used as reference at all. It's a different draft. It's a
Well,
different lineup.
they're same team by name. Okay,
Yeah, which means nothing,
which means nothing.
essentially.
So I'm gonna put
Well, not nothing, but it doesn't mean very much if their lineup is very different.
Well, I'm gonna say 6 for them, and then yeah, hopefully they'll impress. Hopefully they'll impress, especially with this week 1. Next up, your team, the Resort City Rufflets, the defending champions, headed
You're not
by.
about to rank this number one because I'm on the team, are you?
Well, let's check. Well, let's check the lineup, shall we? First of all, you got Piyush as their big boy pick at only 19K. And then you got Lime next at 15K, which really caught us off guard. Like, man, they really got baited by MJ during the draft with this one because, man, they
Yeah, but they did also really want Lime and no one else
all
in that
right.
slot.
I mean, fair enough. Lime is a great RU player. Well, constantly improving, and the run that he had at the RU Winter Seasonal is very, very good. So I would say keep the momentum up and go for Lime if you can. They also got Richard Millie playing. They also got Wadley, the NU champion. You got Ilfuzon, you got Maverick Shooters, you got Loudwinner, you got VK, Failbert, Yippee, Dunox, PGA, Pokeart, Sundays, Meme Dose, Fatman, and Furzoid. So, the Rufflets. I have a lot of players on here at A and S. I've ranked a lot of these players highly for very, very good reason. Because Team India, wouldn't you believe it or not, is very, very good, okay, at the Pokemons. Every not the some of their big star picks are very very experienced and have great records to boot. Piyush, Lime, Wadley, Richard Billy Plain, Elfizon, back in the day
Even
Elfizon,
TGA.
TGA as well, going 5-1 in PU World Cup. Was also starting
6 and
PU.
1, I think.
Oh, again, the sheet was outdated by the time I recorded that. Failbird, VKHSS, and Fat Batman. Also impressed last year, Fat Batman. This one I could easily. This is a slam dunk like playoffs team. I could see them legit going playoffs. That is if they have the luck to boot. Like their road, their schedule, as you can see, the schedule's also been posted. Their schedule is look like the schedules for all of these are looking a little like a little up and down middle of the road to oh my god their road to playoffs is gonna take them a lot of stride. But I think the Rufflets may have some of the advantage. Well, given if they have proper good teams and have actually good week ahead of them.
Why do
Uh,
you bring the schedule up? Do we have a rough schedule?
I mean, would you call it rough? Would I mean? I'll you saw it. I linked you to it. You should have checked.
I only looked at week 1.
Fine. I'll send you the rest later. But yeah, I believe that this is a guaranteed playoffs team, although not as highly ranked as I would have liked, but it's no
Oh.
Stuffles. But I am gonna rank you third. I'm gonna rank you guys third. I think this top of the line.
Oh my goodness, I kind of see what you mean now.
I think you're a very strong team. And definitely with a little bit more luck, and you could win the championship again. But it's gonna take you a lot of pressure, and of course, the support's gotta be huge in your side as well.
Sorry, what did you rank them? I was looking at the schedule and
Third,
seeing what you meant.
third.
You've ranked multiple teams at third now, Mikoi. Make up your mind.
I was well. Right now, I have Lapras is one, Stuffles two, Rufflets three, Snorlax four.
Okay.
All right, all right. Last up, we have the Flame Slinger Skeleturgis. All right, Dirgy boys. Frixel and Ninja. I like the look of this team. I really do. Actrotix being your top of the line pick at 20.5k, very nice. JJ at 17k. Fellyburn at 14.5. Already a strong trio right there. A strong trio of lower tiers. I feel like this might probably be one of the strongest lower tiers trio combos I think we'll ever see in BLT.
Ever?
Not ever. Just, well, lower tiers. I,
It's
I say lower
pretty
tiers when
strong.
JJ. I say lower tiers and I say JJ on here. I'm like, no, what the frick am I saying? Anyway, they got great sub options as well. They got Twinkie, got Exotic, Avarice, Drew, Tempo, Paload.
What do you mean sub when you say Twink A?
Nah, they're not sub. They're not
That's
sub.
their mono starter.
Mono starter. Also, I mentioned Avarice as well, and you didn't call me out on it. Ha! Drew as well. Oblivion Wing, Blood Ace, Skyu, Ryosuke, and taking notes, kind of Geomancy. A lot of relative unknowns in this with this draft, but at least to my eyes. But the ones that they do know, they seem to look strong. Although again, this is a team that might suffer because while their strong teams are strong, don't get me wrong, like those players that they got are very strong. Some of them might struggle, especially some of the lesser known players, unless they pull off some absolutely mad skills. I mean, we've seen relative unknowns in BLT back in the day absolutely outperform a lot. I still remember OK132 and his run
Eh,
in the Swamperts. Um, but to me, Skeleturgis, I don't think will be a playoffs team like last year. I think I'm gonna rank them seventh because I think their strong cores are better than the Pangoros, but they're not the Phantom Trap or the Lore Society. I don't think don't think it's as strong as those. Anyway, here you go.
Ranking this seventh feels wrong. Damn.
Sturgis? Yeah, I know. I feel ashamed for that. I feel a great shame for putting them at seventh, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
It is your opinion, that's what it
Yes,
is.
and yes, again, let us reiterate this is all my opinion. These are my official power rankings for BLT. Number one, the Laprases. Number two, the Stuffles. Number three, the Rufflets. Number four, the Snorlaxes. Number five, the Lures. Number six, the Trout. Number seven, the Dirges. And number eight, the Pangoros. And that is the recap. Now let's move on to week one so we can end this video.
Woohoo!
It's only gonna take a while. Also, you effers, two games already have been played. I don't care at the honestly,
Yeah.
I don't care at this point. I know people can know John. We're not prerogatives, so you can't just say, "Oh, we do no Johning until the video gets uploaded." You can know John if you want. If you're comfortable and you can play immediately faster, you can know John. Just don't expect us to know John, okay?
I don't think anyone was going to not play because of the video, Mikoi.
Nah, I know. I get it. Also, because the thread immediately is up. So everyone's gonna schedule immediately when come week two. Just watch. Alright. Anyway, let's move on now to week one predicts, shall we, Pokeart? Pokeart, are we ready?
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
Alright, first off, we got.
Yes, that's what I've been waiting for.
Alright, so we got the Phantom Trout versus the Primal Power Pangoros. Starting off, first off, SVOU 3D versus Suzia, aka Ender.
That's a pretty cool sounding match.
It is a pretty cool sounding match. I think both players are very evenly skilled in what they do. Ender not only is a great Uber Eats player, but it can also play OU at a very good level, I'd say. But I think the more established main wins here. I think 3D is going to take this.
Yeah, I kind of think the same thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people also predict for 3D on this one. Let's see. Starreal voted for 3D. Perenia didn't. Nope. And 3D, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. We're gonna go with 3D on this one. Pokeart, do you agree?
Yes.
Alright, 3D it is. Next up, Botsy versus Velvet in SVOU.
Ooh,
Alright, so we know Velvet can play OU. I've seen her play OU, but not SVOU. Especially not current meta SVOU. I haven't checked any replays yet, but I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know about current meta. I'm sure she probably played it during quals.
and I think she's gonna have to really, really push for support because Botsy, wouldn't you believe it, one of the best, one of the better OU players that the Phantom Sharp got. Happy to see them here. I think it's pretty easy. I'm taking Botsy.
Hmm. Uh, I think I believe in Velvet.
Ah, Velvet. All right, what makes you say Velvet?
I don't know, just a feeling. She pulls upsets a
Ju-
lot,
well,
I
just
feel.
just like your gut, on multiple occasions, your gut always seems to pull off upsets. And will Velvet take the upset? We'll see. All right.
She definitely has played a fair amount of OU. I
Yeah.
mean, She was in last year's World Cup.
That's right. But did she do well in World Cup?
I have no idea.
I'll check later. Anyway, I'm taking Botsy, you're taking Velvet. Alright. Let's move on to probably one of the hypest Ubers matches we're going to see. 7U9I2 versus Ainscrad.
Damn.
I cannot wait for this matchup. These are two guys who I'm very familiar with and can absolutely play Ubers to the maximum. This one's a tough one. This one's a real tough one. Both are very high level Ubers players, and with their support, I think they'll do well. To me, I think I'm gonna go with the champion. I think I'm gonna go with 7U9I2.
Oh.
I could
Uh,
just admit 7U9I2 winning here.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have very good ideas on these predicts for a lot of these.
Oh no, are you gonna take a shot in the dark again?
Um, Maybe I'll just agree.
Alright. We're both agreeing that 7U9I2 is gonna beat Ainscrad. We'll see what happens. SV.
Never mind. I think I'll just go for Ainscrad.
Okay, what makes you say Ainscrad then?
I just think he's better.
I have seen him do better. I've seen 7U9. Oh, then again, I also see 7U9I2 do better. So, again, this is tough. This could go probably 50-50, but hey, we're agreeing to disagree. Next up, SVUU. Rashay versus Jawara Bot.
I don't really know who Jowarabot is or how he plays.
Meanwhile, we do know Rashay a fair amount, and we've his UU play has gotten quite the same as he did last year, and I cannot wait to see how he'll perform this year. Don't you agree?
Yes.
So are we picking Rashay?
Uh, I guess. I
Uh,
don't know if I can confidently predict for Jowarabot after all.
I mean, let's see the others. Oh, Ferenia went for Jawara Bot over Rashay, huh? Stariel also went for Jawara Bot, which is interesting. Let's see. Jawa is the goat, he says. And Queen of Bean, who's the UUPL champion, actually put in her predicts as well. Went for Rashay. And Mossy Sandwich, who's also the UUPL champion, went for Jawarabot. Can cook super hard and is coming off as a semi recent Drew Invitational win against some great players. I've seen how much they can prep and they're willing to explore this tier, so I generally expect a better team from them. Rashay also knows the tier, of course, and I rate both players I include in terms of equal abilities, so it could go either way, but I think Joa has the edge here. Alright,
Crud. I
alright.
don't know.
I think I'm still going with Rashay in my heart. In my heart of hearts, I think I'm going with
I'll
Rashay.
I'll go with Rashay too, because I simply do not know better.
Alright.
I
Next
think
up,
I'll know better once I see the game.
yeah, me too. Me too. Next up, SVRU. Oh, hype. I can see the hype emitting. We got Just Franco versus Fiend.
Dang, that's pretty hype, but I gotta go with just Ranko.
You're gonna go with Just Franco. I mean, me too. I think I've seen generally better from Just Franco than I have with Fiend. So I think that this will be a hype match, but I think Franco will win. All right,
Yeah, I think so too.
next up, SVNU. We got Stories versus Shengineer.
Ooh.
I've seen generally better things from Stories than I have with Shengineer. So I think I'm gonna pick her.
Yeah, me too. I expect it to be good though.
I also expect it to be good. I think stories should have the potential. Should she play well? That's a tongue twister and a half. Meanwhile, Shinjineer should also do pretty well, but I think skill wise, unless the game already happened, stories should take the win. Next up, SVP, we got Drip Legend, the 1v1 circuit champion versus Fish Anomimeter. Oh god.
Oh, is this even a question?
The defending PU circuit champion. So the PU champion Fish Anomimeter. Yeah, I think they'll win.
Yeah,
Unless this is a SVPU 1v1. Then that could be even harder. But I think generally speaking, I think I've seen better from Fish Anomimeter, so we'll then generally go for them. Next up, SVLC, we got Stars Ama versus Greedy. Let's see. Stars Ama, no badges, no record. No, not no records. So Greedy also doesn't have any badges. Shame. I think who posted their LC picks? Someone posted their LC picks.
I think Hacker did.
Hacker did, yeah. Then he went for Stars Ama. Huh. Greedy is in pre
Really?
Greedy is in pretty decent form right now with a good showing LC World Cup, but I've been high on Star Sama stocks for a while, and they've had a good past few tours and a solid run in seasonal. Could go either way, but Star Sama will win. Let's see for Star Eels. Went for Greeby. Greedy. Genisu also went for Greedy. Um, and no more LC picks. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm generally gonna go with the majority here and go for Greedy. I think I've just known them better.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, go for Greedy. SVDOU! Aragon versus Penter. Oh my god. Penter, good luck.
Yeah, I don't see Penter winning that one.
I mean, unless he does the Penter way just like he did in Tours, when he does the grind, I think Aragon's gonna curb stop him.
Yeah,
Sorry. It's hard. It's hard, really, to start off 0-1 in a tour. But I hope Penter, this could be a good learning curve for you. Who knows? Maybe if we beat Aragon, then we can eat our words. That's not a promise. All right, next up, SB Monotype, Royal Reloaded versus AZIC.
Rip Royal Reloaded.
Oh, that makes us. Well, okay. Bias to you, yeah, AZIC will win. But again, don't
This
just.
ain't even just bias. Azek's just insanely good at mono.
I know, insanely good. But remember, Ferenia also picked for Royal Reloaded versus AZIC. Royal Reloaded. One last kiss.
Well, that's Ferenia.
Ferenia went for Royal Reloaded over AZIC. Let's see. Anyone else pick their mono? AZIC. AZIC. Steriel went for AZIC. Not others. Okay. Yeah, me too. I'm going for AZIC. But again, mono is mono. Anything can happen.
That's true.
Alright.
But Azek just kind of plays quickly in like pretty early in
I'm
the week
surprised.
and then just wins.
I'm surprised he hasn't known John yet. Remember last
Oh
year?
yeah, that's true.
I'm surprised he hasn't known John
Yeah,
yet.
he would always play very quickly.
He's always first, and he plays very quickly, and then boom, he's already done, and he's already won as well. I'm surprised he hasn't known John yet. Maybe next week. Anyway, next up, the Sunny Shore Snorlaxes versus the Lavender Lapises. The old heads phase off, and the old head in their old head ways. Trace and ASM versus MJ Ziri. I mean, the rival. It's the rivalry that never ends. Also, why this logo? Didn't Snorlaxes already have a logo?
Wait, what? Let me look at this. Oh, that's weird. They
Snorlax is
do
all.
have a logo. Yeah, why?
Snorlax. Snorlaxes do have a logo, Thea. Just reminder. I all. Rest in peace logo. Anyway, first off, SVOU. We got Mimikyu Stardust versus Thiago Nunez. Guess who won?
I already know.
Have you seen the game? Well, we're not going to talk about the game in length, but have you seen it?
Nope,
No, not yet.
haven't.
I have seen it live, and well, we'll talk about the games, all the games that have happened in next week's video. But for now, I also would say Thiago Nunes would win.
Yeah.
Would you have said Thiago Nunes would also win?
Yeah.
Come on, it's a 31. It's the 31K guy. Thiago Nunes should win. This one's gonna be hard though. SVOU, Ferenia versus Starreal, and finally, the Laxus finally did something great and put one last kiss already in OU.
I think I gotta go for Renya, not gonna lie.
Ooh, Ferenia over Starreal, huh? What makes you say that as I'm
I
scrolling?
think Ferenia can definitely outplay him.
Mm. I mean, again, this is peak Ferenia we're talking about, and yes, I would like to agree that for at peak Ferenia can outclass nearly anyone, and Stariel is tame compared to Ferenia at his best. So, Drizzle,
Are
come
you
on.
also saying for
Drizzle,
hmm?
come on. There's a thing called bolding. I don't think you've ever heard of such things.
He literally did write in the post that he does not know how to bold.
Damn it.
Although that's pretty stupid, actually. How do you?
God damn.
It's basically the same way you bold stuff in like Google Docs or Microsoft. How do you not know?
Control B, Drizzle. Remember that.
Or you just Control B. There's either the bold button or option, or you Control B.
Yeah.
Have you never used a Google Doc before? Or a
Damn.
Microsoft Word?
You're calling out all the you're calling you're calling out all the people who don't own a computer, Pokey. First world problems. Anyway.
Well, Drizzle clearly does own a computer.
How do you know that? That could be on phone for all I know. Um
Oh god, I can't imagine always playing on phone.
I mean like I recorded nearly all my videos on phone last year.
Well,
Anyway,
point is, if you're constantly on Pokemon Showdown, odds are you own a computer.
anyway, Fragments went for Stereo in his predicts post. Um, and that's it. Yeah. Although we would like to disagree with Fragments because, well, again, like I said, peak Ferenia can beat absolutely anyone. Even the top SCL players won't be able to stand a chance. I'm going with my heart. I'm going Ferenia.
I'm going with Frenya too. Glad you agree.
Next up, SV Ubers. We got Layson versus Pote. Now, for
Listen,
Layson is your former teammate as well. Again, another iron bundle from last
yeah,
year.
two former teammates in a row, actually.
Right, right. Suzuya went for Layson. Let's see. Fragment's also going for Layson. And
Why
is
are
there?
you looking at the other predicts?
Well, I want to have someone. I want to showcase other people's opinions. Okay. Besides, we're not gonna have them because people don't always predict after week one unless they're committed, which is us. Anyway, yeah, listen. Uh, Boat, why are you playing Ubers? Like, why? I want to know. I want to
I guess
seriously
it's what
know.
he's good at in SV.
Okay, okay. A shame you're gonna have to face against an Uber's main, but you pulled an upset before. You have beaten
I'm pretty
Sylveon.
sure he's gonna have to face an Uber's main every week, Mikoi.
God damn, is he really playing Ubers for every single week?
Well, if that's their Uber's player, then yes.
Oh god. um. Yeah, like I said, Pote, you have upsetted people before. I mean, last TLT, you beat Sylveon Use Calm Mind to knock him to the losers bracket last year, so you know you can pull off an upset. Layson, great Ubers player, should win in face value, but we'll see in the matchup. Next up, SVUU, we got Mimi Lucha versus Ziri, and I can't wait for this matchup. This is a highlight.
Ooh.
This is a highlight, people. Mimi Lucha, very good UU player. I've seen a lot of their replays now, and goddamn, they're insane. But not, Ziri is also pretty
Really?
insane. Yeah, yeah. Mimi Lucha is pretty insane right now,
Not in
and
UU usually, but yeah.
during the draft, which you cannot see, unfortunately, I was pretty high on Mimi Lucha, and I was wondering when the frick are they getting drafted, and why are they so late in getting drafted? We ranked him pretty highly, Mimi Lucha. I think we ranked him A.
3K Mimi Lucha is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But who are we gonna pick?
Yeah, I think so.
Who are we gonna pick?
Oh, this is so hard.
Let's see the others. Suzuya, Mimi.
Because Ziri is cracked as a player in general, but
Uh huh. They're very cracked. Mimi Lucha. Mimi Lucha.
what?
The majority is going for Mimi Lucha over Ziri. I think I've only seen 3-1 majority for Mimi Lucha. So, do you want to go with your heart in going for your former manager, or do you want to showcase the best of the newcomers? So, I think I'm gonna go with Mimi Lucha as well.
I'll go with Ziri because Ziri can. If you give Ziri the proper prep, he will kill everyone in any tier.
Literally murder. Oh, that's right. They got temp support. Shit. Oh no.
Oh. Oh yeah.
This is gonna be a fun matchup. Regardless,
Uh
this
oh.
is gonna be a fun matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for Mimi Lucha versus Ziri. That's gonna be a fan freaking tastic match. Speaking of temp, SVRU trade versus temp. Legit my favorite matchup of this week.
Oh my god.
This is legit my favorite matchup this week. I cannot wait to see these two compete.
I gotta see that. That's two friends competing.
That's two very very good friends competing.
Two very
I'm
good friends.
Yeah, they're two very very close friends. I literally cannot because trade, as you may know, is one of the best jack of all trade like all around players we've ever seen in the history of competing here. SV, they're making their presence back once again. Temp historically has been pretty good at singles tiers, so. And of course, they made the great run in the RU Winter Seasonal where they made the top three. So RU is probably his main tier right now.
True.
I think I'm going with Temp. I think the RU Winter Seasonal, the momentum from that is going to keep him strong going into the BLT.
Yeah, I think I'll also go temp because, like, Yeah, are you into seasonal stuff? And he's known to be very good at building.
Yep,
We
he's
only know
legit.
Trade as being great at playing. We don't really know how Trade does building wise.
Legit. Temp is one of the best builders in Pokemon Showdown history. So yeah, I can't wait. Next up is SVNU. We got Skier Dude versus Swinefan.
Oh.
A curious matchup, this one. Skier Dude, known to have played the lower tiers, and Swinefan, the former Team Charm, very good at, historically, has been good at NU in the past. So this should be
Hmm.
again. This is a very curious matchup. I think I'm gonna go trust my gut here and go with Team Charm or Swine Up Fan if you want.
I'll go with Scare Dude.
Ah, why do you say scary? This is the first time I think you've predicted over Charm. Why?
I don't know. It's just I haven't seen Charm do much lately. I don't know if he's been doing much and I just haven't been seeing it, or if he just hasn't been doing much, but from what I hear, Scare Dude's been doing a lot.
Oh, again, this is again very curious matchup. Hopefully, we get to showcase this matchup, this game in week 1, and we'll see what happens from here. I'm still going for my gut for going for Charm, and Pokeyard's going with otherwise. Next up, SVPU, we got Drud versus Rofna.
Ooh. Sorry, Rafna.
Yeah, I think I'm going Druid. Rafna can put up upsets. I mean, look at TPP for instances of him being absolutely goaded there. But in terms of singles tiers, I don't think he's gonna have that great of a time, especially in round 1 when he's facing someone like Druid. So I'm going Druid.
Me too. Very sorry, Rafna.
Next up, SVLC, we got Hacker versus Polowas Ariosto.
Rough round one, Polo.
Sorry, Polo Ariosto. People
Or
um
Poyo?
Poyo.
Maybe it was
Poyo!
Poyo.
Poyo! 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 Poyo!
Oh no.
So Polo, yeah, tough break. You're going up against legit one of the best LC players we've had. So yeah, Hacker,
Yep, Hacker.
Hacker. SBDOU in a Fable versus SMB. Oh god.
Oh, that's
We've this is
wait,
a
wait, in a fable, not cheese?
Yeah, they put an ineffable over cheese for some reason. I think this is planned.
I think cheese had a better shot at beating SMB than in a fable.
So, I mean, SMB versus cheese, that should be an interesting matchup in down the line. But for now, SMB, SMB stomp.
Yeah, I don't see in a fable taking this.
Oh man, we've seen.
I would hedge my bets that maybe cheese could.
Oh
Cheese
boy.
has a way of dealing with strong opponents.
Personally here from Poker 2004. Yeah, SMB should win. SV Monotype, we got Mata versus Sasha.
Yeah. Ooh.
This is another very curious matchup. Again, mono is mono. Personally, though, I haven't seen all that much stuff from Sasha lately, so I think I'm gonna go Mata.
Oh. Uh okay.
Well, who do you think?
Um Mata probably plays it more than Sasha, no?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Then I guess I'll go Mata. Though I
Uh,
don't know. My gut is saying Sasha will win, but
I mean, mono is
My
mono,
brain
and
says Mata.
and mono is mono. Anything can happen. But yeah, thinking we're going Mata here. All right.
Hmm.
Next up, we got the Flame Slinger Scaladurges versus the Snowbell Stuffles. First off, SVOU JJ versus Yone, and my God, I saw this match live, and oh God, oh God,
Was it a slaughter?
JJ do be kind of scary.
Was it a slaughter?
I mean, from that comment alone, PokeArt, you should already know. JJ do be kind of scary.
So was it?
I'll let you watch the match for yourself, woman. All I know is I've seen a pure manslaughter.
So it was a slaughter.
Just look at the matchup and see for yourself. Anyway, JJ, would you have gone for JJ?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. SVO.
especially because I wouldn't have known who Yon was if they hadn't played.
Oh yeah. SVOU, the other one. Exotic 64 versus TDNT.
I've heard good things about Exotic, but I think I'll go for TDNT.
Same here. Same opinions. Same reasons. I'm going also with TDNT. I think TDNT has more of a stronger game than say Exotic. So, and I hope TDNT does perform well this year. I really hope. People need to remember this guy's good. Next up, SV Ubers, Sky U versus FC. Now,
FC, probably?
yeah, I haven't heard a lot of things from Sky U. People are saying that this could be a good showcase for Sky U, future Uber's legend, insane flop, who knows, says Suzuya. Uh, let's see. Again, FC. Again, someone's predicting FC. Yeah, I think we're going with FC.
Okay.
FC to take it all. SVUU, we got Just Drew versus Career Ended. Career Ended's a good player, but Just Drew is a UU main. So I think this should be.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, I don't think career ended is.
But Career Ended is the defending OM circuit champion, which is a very nice record. But again, this is Just Drew. He might be the defending PUPL champion. He's also a defending SCL champion. So beware the Drew. We're going Drew.
Yep.
SVRU. My God, RU is gonna have some killer games this year because good God, this matchup: Fellyburn versus Ars9.
Damn.
RU is gonna be the tier of the year. I can just feel it right now. RU is gonna be tier of the year. Um, both are great. Both have done historically great back in the day, past BLTs. So I really don't know who to pick. Actually, no, I do know who to pick. PokeArt, I hope you
You
agree.
do?
PokeArt, I hope you agree. Ars9,
Yeah, probably.
I'm going with Ars9. Sorry, Felly.
Wouldn't
Um,
be surprised if Felly won, though,
yeah, I
because
wouldn't be
it's
surprised
Felly.
either. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either if Felly won, but come on, the Franklin is an RUPL champion, my dude. Even though Felly Burn's the RU leader, you got a champion. You got Ars9. Believe in the Franklin. SVNU. We got Axertex versus Slip. Uh,
Axertex.
I don't know why. Slipping placed here. Against Actortix? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no shot. I think I'm going Actortix as well. S
Yeah.
SVPU Avarice versus Sufis. Now,
Hmm.
this one's another curious case. Let's see the others. I want to hedge my bets on the others. See what they got. Avarice first fragments. Um, Avarice for Sterile. Huh. Oh, majority are saying Avarice. Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
Avarice again historically has done amazingly in the past, but again against in tours, specific tours like BLT and TLT, hopefully this should be a net positive for him this year. Go Avarice.
I think I'll go Sufis.
Really?
I don't trust Avarice to win.
Oh my god. We'll see what happens.
Look, he's great everywhere else, but I don't trust him to win in this tour. I'm
I,
sorry. I
uh,
can't.
I mean, if he loses here, then yeah, that's gonna be the death nail coffin for Avarice. All right, next up, SVLC Tempo de Anguria versus Blihe.
Tempo.
Yeah, I've not really been impressed with Blihe, unfortunately. So I think I'm going Tempo. I've seen generally better things from Tempo, and yeah, I think they're gonna be that underrated pick. I think if they decide to keep him at the low end, the Dirges, Tempo might be a star player. So keep your eyes peeled, Dirges. SVDOU, we got Oblivion Wing versus Akaru Kokyo.
Akaru.
I mean, yeah, this one's gonna be pretty easy. I'm not a DOU main, but I've generally seen better things from Akaru Kokyo. I'm going Akaru Kokyo. The World Defender. World Defender.
Damn.
SB Monotype, we got Twinkie versus Street Boom, and I'm sorry, Street Boom.
Wow, yeah, nope.
I'm sorry, Street Boom. I know it must be great competing in your first BLT, but you're up against felines. You're up against felines. Twinkie to win. All right, last up, and Pokeart, save yourself some breaths because it's time for the Resort City Rufflets versus the Lord Society, the last one for the predict sheet. At least that's just for me. SVOU, we got Maverick Shooters versus Tier. Now, Tier has said we've seen them in previous BLTs, but I'm not really that impressed, honestly. On the other hand, Maverick Shooters, my God, they've been joining a lot some of the big tours, and they've done very, very well in them. So for my money, I'm taking Maverick Shooters.
Good choice.
SVOU, we got VKHSS versus Enzo Nana. Enzo Nana, this is gonna be a real test for you. If I see you do well in this game, then I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll keep a close eye on you. But you're facing off against an established OU main, so this gonna be a kind of a struggle. OUPL champion to go along with that. So yeah, I'm taking VKHSS on this one.
Good choice.
SV Ubers, Ice Master versus Richard Milliplane. As much as you want me to say that Richard Milliplane can win, Pokeart, it's Ice Master. How can I bet against the Ice Master?
I'd say how you can, but that'd be revealing our tactics.
Don't. Please don't. I do not wish for leaking to allow. But I am going with my gut here and saying that Ice Master should win. I know Richard's good. I know Richard is great. Can be great, and if he catches Ice Master playing poorly here, then he'll probably wink him. But yeah, I think Ice Master on a good day should beat Richard. SVNU, we got Dunox versus Trogba Trogba. I'm kind of surprised they put Trogba Trogba in UU and not OU. That seems quite
I
surprising to me.
Yeah, that is a bit odd, I guess.
But
But I guess Tier wanted to play OU,
wait,
and so did Enzo.
uh, okay. We're not gonna judge, of course. But Dunox historically been successful at UU, BDSP circuit champion and all that, but that doesn't really that doesn't really help because this is SV. Um, I think I'm going Dunox. I think I'm gonna go with the tried and true UU main.
I think a lot of people are predicting for Trogba, though.
Ooh, and that's gonna be a real interesting. We'll see what happens in the game then. I know.
Trogba does Trogba does play UU, by the way,
Yeah,
and he does it well from
I
what
could
I've
imagine
heard.
that. I could imagine that, especially since he's good at the OU. He can transition well into UU if he tries. All right, SVRU Lime versus Ampha. This one's gonna be very curious. This one I'm very curious on because I know both of these guys can perform well at RU. Then it's a real toss-up 50-50 on who it would be better. But in my gut reaction, as much as I want to do Lime, I think I want to go for Ampha. But only slightly.
Rude.
But only slightly. I won't be surprised if Tenish wins. SVNU. Wadley versus Danny. That's a highlight match and a half. That's the best NU match we've seen.
Especially when apparently these two know each other quite well.
And that's gonna be very, very interesting to see what happens. Please don't 6v6 metronome, please. We want to see the man's play and the man's play well. And I think Danny's great. Danny's great at the lower tiers, but you're facing off against the established NU main, the NU circuit champion Wadley. I think I'm going Wadley. I am
Okay.
SVPU. We got TGA versus Eternal Ocean. Two relatively, well, no, I would say newcomers, but TGA has been playing in PU World Cup and has done well. And Eternal Ocean is in the PU ladder tournament. So the momentum should hopefully carry itself better as to go up against someone like the Gaming Attack. And to me, for my money, I'm going with the Gaming Attack.
Yeah. Good choice. Wait, who'd you pick for Danny and Wadley? I
I
didn't
said
catch
Wadley.
that.
I said Wadley.
Ah, okay.
All right. SVLC. We got Elfuzon versus Quinn. Ooh, curious one. Curious matchup, this one. I can't, I want to see reaction. I want to see what other people say. Some people's, Brandon says Quinn. I want to see an LC main. I want to see an LC main's opinion. Elfuzon, Hacker, both coming off good showings in LC World Cup. This is probably the highlight of this week. Okay. I favor Quinn more mostly because I've never seen really Quinn team perform bad, and I like some of the teams they made for LC World Cup. LFU is gonna have prone to overcooking and the sword. Oof. That's interesting to note. I think Quinn will just have better team choice and slightly player wise and the level of consistency I've seen from them. Stereo said Elfuzon. I expect Elfuzon to do well in this LC pool. So it's a very tossy uppy between these two. But for now though, I think I'll go with Quinn. because I've generally seen better performances from Quinn as of late rather than Elfuzon. So yeah, I'll say Quinn, but slightly.
Okay.
Next is SVDOU, and we got Railgun versus Loudwinner, and oh my god. Okay, alright, I hope you're ready. I hope Loudwinner's ready. Please prep him well. Because Railgun might railgun at him. I don't know how to word it.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad one.
But I'm going for Railgun, unfortunately. So,
Darn.
better prep him well. Better prep Loudwinner well. And finally, we got SV Monotype. We got Fat Batman versus Siphicon. Tuffy. Well, I say that. That I remember Siphicon won the Monotype Winter Premier League. And they've got lots of badges. And people, let's see if people actually predict. Oh, Susie predicted Fat Batman. Someone predicted Stereo. Oh, that was Stereo. Siphicon. 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 Yeah, I think I'm going Siphicon, unfortunately. Sorry, Fat Batman. I expect you to do well here, but you're playing against the Mono main, so I think I'm going Siphicon.
Okay, so that's Railgun, Siphicon. What did you say for Elfuzon versus Quinn again?
I say Quinn.
Oh.
I can see the disappointment in your eyes. Yeah, so that is the end of the BLT 11 week 1 predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we also did power rankings earlier in the video. Go check them out. And that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you wouldn't miss a video once they come out. And I'll see you next week when we talk about week 1 recap and week 2 predicts.
Okay.
Dress to impress, players. The season has started. Now let's ready to rumble. This has been Mikoy, signing out.
Goodbye.
And good luck.